Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the SU Sports Corner. I'm Bobby Klatt, here once again with Coach Steve Briggs. Now, Coach, not the game you were looking for this week against Ursinus. Is it a good thing that you kind of get this game out of your system, kind of, and
honestly,
going into
Bob,
the last three games?
I can't say anything is good about what just happened. We got outplayed in every facet. The good thing is we played some young guys late in the day. I think that's a good thing. Came out relatively healthy, but they really hammered us. And you're always, as a coach, you say, are we as good as we think we are or as bad as we think we are until you see the film, watch the film, and I think we were worse. A lot of things we did not execute. We knew, as I mentioned last week, that Ursinus played very, very poorly against Juniata out at Juniata, and we kind of knew we were going to get an angry team, and that's how they played. It was their homecoming. I think they dedicated the field. There was a lot of things. Those are all exterior things, but it added up.
Now, Krushko has first real tough game since the Lycone game. Is this a good learning experience for him to kind of have a tough game like this?
I think whenever you play a freshman at quarterback, especially with that leadership position in a game of football, yes, that's the experience is always a positive thing. But it was tough. Nick couldn't set his feet. They were after us that quickly in many cases. We were very, very poor. Bobby in third down, both offensively and defensively. I think they got their first, meaning against our defense, they got their first 9 third down conversions. That's horrible. We usually you get a chance even through penalty to get one, but that wasn't very good. And then conversely, we had a couple 3-and-outs when that really killed us, which meant the defense was on the field a lot. Of just everything added up. They're a good football team. We knew it. Best part about it is you put it behind you. Just like when you win, you put it behind you, and it's a learning experience.
Absolutely. Now, looking at the positives, Ian Richardson coming up with another big game, 100-yard rushing game. He seems to be seeing the field well and coming in for Tim Wade, who's been injured. He's been doing a good job replacing him. Yeah,
Ian and Tim are similar in some, different in others. They're both what we call quick twitch type of running backs. They very good wiggle. Ian really gets north and south quickly, as does Tim. Frankly, it's kind of hurt us when we went a 1-2 punch with them because they're very similar backs.
Okay.
Where we're missing is, going back 4 and 5 years when a Dave Pavelitz that was 225 pounds, and then you come in and the second guy is a guy like Ian or Tim.
Absolutely.
Ian's a terrific competitor. Really had a nice day against a very formidable opponent. So, we're proud of that, of course. But again, the way the day went, it was just poor execution.
Now looking to this week, you got Franklin Marshall coming in. They're 4-3 this season, but they're 1-2 overall on the road. How important is it, especially for you guys, to be home after 2 straight games on the road and the bye week before that?
Yeah, absolutely. They're good. The whole league's good, Bobby. Probably as good top to bottom as it's been since we've been in it 4 years, 5 years. F&M is a very good football team. They kind of got their bumps and bruises early. They used a couple different quarterbacks. We still may see 2 quarterbacks. Their offensive line, we were watching them against Dickinson, where I think 3 or 4 of their starters that are playing now, played against Moravian, weren't there. Defensively, a couple guys banged up. Running back, they lost early. I think he's back. It's just a lot of that type of situation with F&M. I don't know about the home road record for them. I think they still play hard and a very, very well-coached team regardless. But it's who they ran into, on the road. And they eked one out at Juniata, which is looking to be a tough place to play for everybody. But everybody else, I mean, they're doing some really good things.
Now, Franklin Marshall has been scoring a lot of points, but also giving a lot up as well. This seems to be a key game to kind of get your offense and defense back in its rhythm where it was in Moravian.
Well, I think that's part of it. We're not the type of team where, like down in Collegeville at Ursinus, where we got down 17-0 fairly quickly, 10-0 our first 2 drives, and then 17, and then we came out in the second half and They returned a punt on us, and now we're looking at 24-0. Your offense changes a little bit. We want to be a rhythm offense, run the football, do some play action, some quick game, 5-step thereabouts. And when you get out of that rhythm, you get down, you've got to open it up and try to score as quickly as you can. That's what was impressive about Ian going over 100 yards because, honestly, that's probably not what happens when you're down so far.
Yeah.
This week, I don't know. I say I don't know. We know F&M pretty well. We have traditionally, of everybody in the conference, matched up well with them. I think you throw that out the window in nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing some sort of up-tempo, which kind of puts you on your heels a bit, and I think that's what happened to them. They took it to Moravian, a very good Moravian team, last week at home. We're back home. We've got to use that to our advantage. As we know, Tim Wade is out, so we're down to 1.5 running backs. So things have to change a little bit there, and the rest is just executing, and that's what we did not do, as we had been doing up until Ursinus. So that's key for tomorrow.
Now, what's your one key that you want to be looking forward to? I mean, you can improve a lot from last week under science, but what's the one key to getting this win this week at home?
Well, we were very poor in the kicking game. The kicking game was not exempt from my comments here today, and our coverage was poor. They returned a punt on us for a touchdown. Our returns were horrible. We only forced them to punt once, so I'm talking mainly our kick return. Very, very poor. We had a couple of their guys, unmolested straight down the field, which hadn't happened all year. It's a focus thing. Haven't changed up much X's and O's there. It's kind of tough to do that as a year because there's a lot that goes into it. So obviously you change personnel, and that's kind of what we did. We lost Tommy Bluge on that. So now Will Howell's got to step up and do a little bit more in that area. And we'd like to get Quayne Hale the ball. He's arguably the fastest kid in the conference, and we have to give him the football. So that's key. If we can take care of that, and it's a tough thing, and then our offense and defense, getting them on good places on the field, meaning short fields on offense. Haven't done that much this year. And certainly defensively, when teams are down tight like we had Ursinus on the 6-yard line, we can't give it up. We can't have a team go 90-some yards for a score. And, again, we're young on that side of the ball, probably younger than anything with our defensive line. But still, that's who we have, and that's who we are going to play with. And there's no excuses. We just have to make the plays, and execute.
Coach, good luck this weekend. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Bobby.